The start of a new year is usually a busy time for health food businesses as people vow to make better choices. We stopped by Berry Blends in Rochester this morning. The business has been hurt by the pandemic and things have been tough. Welcome back and good evening. I'm Alex Tejada. A combination of funding and logistics issues have so far slowed down states' efforts to get people vaccinated. Lucas Tomlinson explains some of the hurdles they're facing. Good evening. I'm Alex Tejada. Day after day, the U.S. is breaking one record after another as COVID-19 continues to spread. So where are we on a vaccine? As Britt Conway reports, Dr. Anthony Fauci says he's cautiously optimistic that we might have something in the next couple weeks. According to Associated Press polls, minority voters overwhelmingly voted in favor of former Vice President Joe Biden, yet the president actually made up ground with minorities. So did their vote affect the outcomes? Here at Fox 47, we looked into it. In Austin, Alex Tejada, KTTC News. In Austin, Alex Tejada, KTTC News. On a normal summer day, it's almost impossible to find a parking spot on Clear Lake's Main Street. However, today, that wasn't the case. Stores in the mall are excited about opening back up, but things are going to look a lot different come Monday. Even though you must make reservations to come to the rack, different parts of the gym can be rented out in 90-minute increments. So far, it's been a success. While everyone could use an extra $1,200 in their wallet, the pandemic has affected Rochester residents in many different ways.
It's a competition for skilled as well as unskilled.
While RST is bringing many people back home to Rochester for Thanksgiving, also several people who received treatment at Mayo Clinic are heading back. And even if you've received a negative test, it does not mean you're in the clear for a large family Thanksgiving gathering. People who test negative one day can test positive the next, even without symptoms. Reporting live in Rochester, Alex Tejada, KTTC News. Riding around Rochester today, we found out that many residents have indeed received stimulus checks, yet a larger amount would have been more helpful. While Lark Toys has maintained most of their loyal customers, they found out some innovative ways to help business. Tom, Caitlin, last week, new restrictions on the hospitality industry like bars and restaurants went into effect. This week, new closures, and some of the industries affected, gyms and fitness centers.
The last 9 months have been extremely hard financially, as in any small business right now that's going through shutdowns.
Especially after costly extra safety measures.
The list is long on things we've tried to do to continue to keep this place safe. The sanitization methods we've used, there's no question the people that are coming here right now feel more safe here than in the big retail stores.
While data from the Minnesota Department of Health shows 48 outbreaks at gyms statewide, the RAC's general manager believes its size allows it to avoid that possibility.
The limits that we are allowed to have by law right now is about 7% of our capacity.
He says he is disappointed by the state's decision. One industry unaffected this time around is hair salons, only seeing 5 outbreaks statewide, less than 1%.
I felt like we were pretty safe because, knock on wood, we haven't had any cases of COVID within the salon.
While they are happy to stay open, it has been a difficult year for men's salon as well.
Combination of clients cutting their hair at home, clients realizing that they can go longer between haircut appointments because they're not in office, and then also with our clients that just don't want to go out in public yet, business has really slowed down for us.
Down by 50%. Men's Salon has tried creative new ways of making extra income, like a clothing line. However, safety over profit.
We have had to turn a couple clients away because of a high temperature, and they've taken it really well.
In addition to a necessary service, Anderson says the safe process at salons is a solution for a lack of social interaction, while Free believes gyms are a solution for the mental stress caused by the pandemic.
To close down a solution is taking a lot away from the community.
One September morning after driving up to Rochester to play golf with his son, Luther Myro, known to all as Loopy, did not feel well enough to play.
So they examined me, and at first they said it was something with my heart. I never had a heart problem before.
A mandatory test at the hospital showed it was COVID-19.
I was concerned, obviously scared at his age. Getting COVID, the outcome is not usually a good thing.
The problems did not end when Loopy left the hospital to finish recovering at Steve's house.
He got worse instead of better, and he developed a fever, and that's when we had to go back to Mayo.
The virus attacked his central nervous system, affecting even his legs, making him unable to sleep, but sparing his life.
It ended up, it didn't affect my lungs, which was the good thing.
After a few tough weeks at Mayo and almost another month of care at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Home in Rushford, Loopy finally returned home.
I've been getting better. I do a lot of walking now. I walk every day for a mile at least. And I get out. I've been jumping in the car now and driving downtown, driving around, just to get out of the house, you know.
For his whole life, Loopy has called the bluffs of southeast Minnesota home. However, even for a Navy veteran, his most recent time away from home was very difficult.
And it was just so miserable for him. He just didn't even want to go on when I called him.
But he did have support, not just from family and friends, but the whole community.
In the hospital, I had 65 cards.
I was in the hospital.
Wow.
I had another...
But I got another 40 or so after that, too.
And a lot of phone calls.
Earlier this week, Steve organized a drive-through parade for Loopy's 96th birthday, which happens to be December 7th, when we also remember the attack on Pearl Harbor. He hopes his father's story reminds people to follow state health guidelines.
Just tough it out for a few months, and then next year we can go to a sporting event. Dad can go to the gym and watch the Rushford Trojans play basketball, and we can celebrate our holidays with family and friends. And if we do the smart things now, that's going to happen.
In Rushford, Alex Tejada, KTDC News.
The announcement of a new federal relief package should help Rochester's economy in two ways, helping small businesses as well as the employees that had to be laid off. Yet for many businesses, they've been facing other obstacles in addition to the pandemic. So is it a case of too little, too late?
For some businesses, this is going to be a Band-Aid. For others, it will be a bridge to sustainability.
Many local businesses receiving assistance last round.
The relief we got has been great. So, and also our landlord worked with us a little bit too. So we got a few more months to kind of see how things go. Our phrase was, kick the can a little further down the road.
But it's like a trickle compared to what my business used to be.
While others missed out on the aid altogether.
This bill really did target smaller businesses, and it's focusing especially on those that have had to shut down.
The chocolate store received aid last time around, but will not this time.
Our category is confectionery, so it doesn't look like we're going to get any relief from that.
Meaning businesses have had to find different ways to reach customers.
It's not that people stop eating chocolate, it's just how do they get it now.
The chocolate shop is offering delivery and carry-out, and nearby, Jimmy's Fine Fabrics started a website, but business is still slow.
In the pits, I'd say.
Citing shopping habits have changed, plus, with fewer elective surgeries and visitors at Mayo Clinic, downtown foot traffic has almost completely dried up.
Hospitality, retail, restaurants, they're the second largest employers in our community, and so much of that is dependent upon Mayo patients and Mayo employees.
Downtown construction causing its own headaches as well.
Oh. People couldn't even get to my shop. There were customers who said, "Do I need a helicopter to drop me in?"
Smith says the construction was bad timing on the city's part, but is optimistic for a better future.
I'm hoping for a little bit of normalcy.
With the assistance that we're getting and the community's continued support, we'll be able to get onto a path to recovery for 2021.
Harrington reminds people about recent assistance passed by the state, saying it should help Rochester business, and urges owners to join in on a seminar hosted by the Chamber of Commerce next month. Reporting live in Rochester, Alex Tejada, KTDC News.